This better be good. You guys have hyped this up.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit.
Okay, hold on. No. Hold on, let's not be mean to the guy. Let's relax.
I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email.
Alright, relax, bro. Hold on. Relax, hold on.
If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can.
Okay.
This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness.
What the fuck? Okay, hold up. Wait. Yo, bro, relax. Okay, hold on.
And that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform. But
Okay.
first, some background. I'm Brian, or Stale2000, or Tarot Card. I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence.
Okay, wait. He says massive power and influence over what? Over what?
And for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Cheers to that one, brother. This is not alcohol, by the way. This is lemon, lime, and bitters, so that my sore throat doesn't act up. Right, let's keep going.
Least of all, its moderators or the company. In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators.
Okay.
I will end the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities can do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators. First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole. Here's what happened.
Serious.
There was an announcement related to a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. It was basically a game show like Survivor or Big Brother where fans of a streamer compete in different challenges with an influencer or a streamer for various prizes. The kicker here is that there was a grand prize of $20 million, supposedly. This was supposedly going to be aired on Amazon Prime, and it was also confirmed to be including a couple of mid-sized and large streamers like Alexandra and Andrea Botez, Extra Emily, Canute, and a few others. Additionally, the opportunity was supposedly brought to these streamers by a company called Mythic Talent, which is a well-respected streamer agency that represents hundreds of live streamers. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for a live stream fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers. So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No,
Mm-hmm.
financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit. But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a LSF themed best clip contest. Like contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges that make
Okay. Just purely from a game, because I've wanted to do game shows before as like a content idea. I think they're really fun, and because it's also inclusive of the audience, right? You guys get to kind of guess along with the people who are playing in the game. And I think it's one of the best formats for content on the on the platform, really. Uh I don't see a way in where including Reddit makes me feel better about my game show. I don't. There is no situation in which bringing live stream fails into the spotlight makes my show better. Well, because assuming you're doing different things, let's say it's a quiz show, right? Let's say he's talking about a quiz show. I would imagine you would have to write questions if you were going to do r/livestream fails, right? You have to write questions about r/livestream fails. The first problem that you find immediately is politics, right? There are many different political topics that appear on livestream fails. There's also different opinions as well. That's kind of problematic whenever you're running a quiz-based game show. Assuming it is, of course. But even just going further than that, the big problem with r/livestream fails is you are overwhelmingly at a disadvantage if you don't use Reddit. It's not like we're it's not like we're you have how do I put it like this? You have to go onto Reddit in order to be able to understand what the questions would be about, right? Whereas other video games, for example, let's say you only play multiplayer games and then a question comes up about Warframe. You can do research on that on the Google search engine, right? It's available on like every other sorry, cold still around. It's available on every other like accepted platform, right? So you're talking your Google, your Microsoft Edge, your whatever. Probably not Microsoft Edge actually, but you get the point. So when you have Reddit though, the only place you can find stuff from Reddit is on Reddit. If you go into Google and you search what happened on this day on Reddit and blah 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 blah, I don't even think the AI puts it up. I think it literally just gives you the Reddit post, and you have to go onto Reddit. Do you see what I mean? And I mean, yeah, it's minor, but it's still like that would cause a win or a loss for people in those game shows. It's the problem with game show questioning in general, and the hardest part that I found trying to make them is that you walk a very, very fine line when you are making these questions between the question being too obscure and the question being too widely known. You know, you need a mixture of both, and they both need to go in ascending order. The problem is, like, for one person, something might be incredibly obscure, well, for the other person, they've lived that moment, you know? Like, like for example, which question would you say is harder, right? What year did Super Mario Maker come out? Super Mario Maker, the original one, come out? Versus what was the first Warframe? Now, for a lot of my chat and for me, the Warframe one is very, very easy, right? But for a lot of people who don't play Warframe, that question is impossible. So they're obviously going to go with the Super Mario one. Yeah.
The best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end. It was a stretch goal, though. So I reached out to the organizers, and to my surprise, they immediately understood what LSF was, what power it had, and they even agreed to the stretch goal of like the cool competition to have in the actual show. For my
I just... Brother... Okay. Sorry. You seem to have this sense of superiority. You seem to use the word power a lot, which is, in a company setting, if someone is using the word power, fuck me, fire them, please. For the love of God.
perspective, this felt like one of the coolest things that a subreddit has ever done.
It probably would
being in a
be.
freaking reality TV show in a topic that's directly related to the subreddit, how awesome. And then, maybe I could leverage this to get even more opportunities, either for our subreddit or for other subreddits across the entire platform.
I agree.
That's how I felt, at least. And that's clearly not how it worked out. After they agreed to kind of a couple of these kind of requests that I had in my stretch goal, they immediately started moving very quickly. They, we wrote up an announcement and they wanted this out within like 24 hours. So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. This initially didn't actually worry me, because no matter what we do, people call it a scam. I mean, I've done AMAs with the Twitch CEO. People called that a scam. And I was also thinking like multiple major live streamers were involved. Mythic Talent was involved. Surely they had done their due diligence, right? Additionally, the thing that people were the most skeptical about was the $20 million grand prize.
Right.
This initially confused me as well. But once I heard that, Amazon Prime was allegedly involved, my initial concerns were assuaded.
So you're signing up for this thing, and you don't have clear guidance on who's involved in the upper management of this, nor where your $20 million is coming from. I mean, I don't really know what you want from us, man. This seems like a terrible idea. Again, I don't have any context to this, because, I mean, you guys have sent this to me, but this seems like a bad idea, man.
I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows, and, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And
yes, it does. All right, if the look, you can make fun of the billionaires of the world as much as you want, but at the end of the day, there's one thing, okay? Billionaires are not fucking stupid. All right, like they aren't. That's why they're billionaires. They put themselves in the right place at the right time, and they know the value of penny margins. No billionaire is going to chuck $20 million at something without getting something in return. This is not how this works. No company would do that. It's just stupid. Like, why would you do that?
If LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. Maybe my involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought.
Okay, all right. You guys are going to clown on him for what he just said. He's clearly having a laugh. Okay, relax.
Now here comes the next part of the story, when things get a little crazy. The next day, a major live streamer who was involved in the show, Extra Emily, said on her stream that she kind of saw all of these comments about people calling it a scam, and they even saw that LSF was involved, and this was apparently unacceptable to her, so much so that she was considering kind of dropping out of the show or kind of looking into seeing if kind of the whole thing was a scam or not. After seeing this, I brought the concerns to the organizers, and
Mm-hmm.
the organizers told me that they were currently in talks with the agents to resolve this. And they told me in no certain uncertain terms
Mm-hmm.
that the show was not canceled and was still going on.
Okay.
So, me being somebody
We've
who
got a show.
didn't really have a lot of, information into the situation, and me, trusting these high-powered.
Okay. First big no. You should have said in no uncertain terms that I will join you so long as you provide evidence as to how you acquired this money, where the money's from, and all of the talents who are participating in this. Alright? You cannot afford to throw your brand in the gutter. I'm sorry. Because, like, here's the thing. In spite of him memeing, live stream fails is like I'm pretty sure is the biggest Reddit, right? Like subreddit. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it is. And in spite of me being I mean, I find this guy hilarious, but he speaks some truth, like Reddit doesn't not exist, if you know what I mean. I think the way he's going about this is completely wrong, but Reddit not existing is just stupid. Like it has a community.
Agents who represent these multi-million-dollar kind of celebrities, I trusted that they would kind of get to the bottom of this and kind of resolve these concerns quickly. During this time period, I saw and deleted a lot of unsubstantiated claims about the show and the mod team. There were accusations that I knew to be untrue, such that, the mod team had accepted bribes or, had some sort of financial involvement with the show. And I knew.
So you got baited and you lashed out. Like, look, here's the thing, right? Look, you know the stereotypical Redditor, okay? They're fucking retarded, okay? They are armchair lawyers, armchair doctors, armchair businessmen, armchair fucking everything, right? They are armchair Johnny Sins, all right? Now, the problem that you're going to end up facing by wiping all of them like this is the fact that they're going to now believe it. Whatever they said is true, because why else would the moderator team delete it?
They were not true because I was the one who had this idea the entire time, from start to finish. This happened a couple days. And what I can tell you, for those who, may not believe that for most moderators, I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a.
Okay, look at me. Everyone, look at me. Out of everything he has said in this video, looking at him, I can tell you that he is not lying. If I had to pin this guy on one occupation, it would be either Reddit mod or software engineer. And there is nothing else. Nothing in between.
Couple $1,000 bribes from, random internet scams. Okay. I was doing this because I legitimately, care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it. I thought it'd be kind of cool events for the sub. I'm talking about this and kind of the deleted comments because this is apparently some big no-no in the Reddit TOS or something, or maybe it's like an unspoken rule where if you're involved in some sort of promotion and it ends up not working out or ends up being a scam or something, if you have deleted comments that have accused it of being a scam, well that, shows a cover up or some way. It shows.
Yeah, exactly. So like, bro, you were the head moderator. How do you get baited into this?
Malice or bad faith or something. So that's why I'm kind of talking about this, is because this was specifically a reason that was brought up regarding why I was kicked out as a mod on a live stream fail. And finally, I want to end this part of the story by talking about how Moist Critical made a video critical of the situation. And then about 30 minutes after this kind of video got released, I got reached out by the organizers of the events and told that 5 live streamers in the event had dropped out and that therefore the event was canceled and I should take down the post. In this video that
Do not blame Charlie, bro. Don't do that shit. He has every right as a like I borderline qualify Charlie as an independent journalist. Like I know he's a commentary channel, but at this point, like he shares with me shit that I don't even know is happening around the world. Like just random fucking shit, and it's like it's not like half the time it's not that serious, right? But sometimes he gets into this stuff and it's like you would not have known that without him. He's not doing research, don't get me wrong. He's just looking at what other people have researched. So, yeah, I suppose commentary is kind of more on the right side, but I don't know. I think it comes pretty close to journalism what he does sometimes. But if he's gonna go on blaming Critical, that is a bad fucking move, bro. There are like maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 people who hate Moist Critical on the internet. He is not a controversial figure. He has gotten into beef maybe 4 times in his internet career. Like this is not a good way to do this.
Moist Critical had that was critical of the event. Moist Critical brought up points about how an image on the marketing page was AI generated, or that the domain name was registered in Iceland,
Right.
or that basically just the whole thing it smelled bad. That's what he did. He did this motion and he said it smelled bad.
Right.
But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached out to Mythic Talent or any of the streamers. Now I want to stop people here because this is very important. And I think this is something that not a lot of people might have known.
Okay. On that part, here's the thing. I see this from 2 sides because Critical is doing commentary, right? Specifically, this would be commentary, I would assume. He's doing commentary based off of what he's seen from people who are obviously invested into this. I don't think it's his duty. I don't think it's his duty to go out and find you and talk to you about this. But I also think that he probably could have talked to him about this. I think there are 2 ways that this goes. Do I think Critical's in the wrong? No. Do I think that this bloke here is in the wrong yet? Maybe, but we'll see. We'll see.
And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation. Right. The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded.
So this game show is obviously meant to be in America, okay? So for what he's saying to be true, whoever was the owner of the game show idea had to essentially hire someone in Iceland, did he say, to make a website, and if people are saying it's AI, let's say it's true, had to make a website using AI-generated placeholders that they didn't swap out for actual, proper placeholders. And that's it. I mean, like, it's not unbelievable, but it's also very unlikely.
None of this is illegal.
Like, why would you not just make it yourself? Like, these days, it is so unbelievably easy to make a website.
Well, none of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words. And yes, in retrospect, there are certainly some things which we could call yellow flags or even red flags. But that being said, I don't want people to go into this thinking that there was some proven malfeasance or something when there really is a possibility that a lot of this could have just been kind of bad organization and things just fell through. Just because something's a bad idea, just because something is misorganized, that doesn't mean that anything illegal happened. You know, I still haven't gotten confirmation about kind of the Amazon Prime kind of a thing. I think that that is the biggest unknown right now is I don't know about this supposed Amazon Prime deal, if it exists or not, because maybe they were in negotiation with them. Maybe a contract was in the works, but hasn't been signed yet. I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. And then kind of I'll end the story by talking about why I got removed as the top moderator.
Why did you get
It's
removed?
really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of for deleting comments that were kind of critical of it. I also want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit code of conduct team as a whole.
Right.
Reddit has all this flowery language about how kind of the code of conduct team is not here to punish you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances and warnings and all of this stuff. And apparently all of that are lies because I was not given any second chances.
Dude, you're the top moderator. You have... Okay, look, I, like... Hold 10, right? I think everyone deserves a second chance, but I think it's a bit different when you're being paid, when you are loosely, seemingly researching things that you are putting on your very well-known and very established platform. You know, I think there's a little bit... Look, for this guy, I don't... Like, I feel a little bad for this guy, the fact that he's being treated like this, because he's right. Like, on a communism, socialist fairness level, everyone should get a second chance, including him. But the problem for this is if the CEO doesn't make an example out of him, someone else is going to do the exact same thing and get away with it. And then you can't tell anymore who actually is scamming and who's just like he is the example. Like he is the original sin. You see what I mean? Like, he has to be made an example of so no one else does this again. And it's unfortunate for him, but I think there are a lot of things he could have done to avoid this. A lot of things.
I was not given very much kind of descriptive examples of kind of what I did wrong or kind of given any ability to kind of defend myself. I was just given a very vague description of, yeah, there's accusations about some fraudulent scam that...
Yeah, you see that I don't agree with. Don't fucking beat around the bush when you're getting, like, when your company is letting go of people, give them an exact fucking reason why. Okay? If you're gonna fire this guy to make an example out of him so that people can't do it, say, we're sorry, you participated in something that could have been a scam, so that this doesn't happen again, we need to take, action against you, and this is what we have decided on. Simple. It's harsh, but it's true,
takes people's money and their PII, which means their name, right? Because you have to sign up with your name to join a contest. And so I have infringed on the code of conduct by promoting a game show where you have to put in your name or something, even though it hasn't really been proved to be fraudulent yet. And so it's a little disappointing. Now, here's the most important part of the video, Spez. This is a direct message to you and only you. I want to talk about how this whole situation is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators. Okay. Yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have.
Yeah.
And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the situation wasn't, I guess, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam yet. But despite all of that, there is still massive kind of like problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of
Okay.
support that caused this.
All right.
But right before I go into the specific reasons of how this happened, I want to talk about why this matters in the first place. And this matters because Reddit moderators have power.
Look, don't. If you ever hear a boss or someone talking like this, just leave the job. This.
They have influence. If you are one of the people who is joking about like internet janitor duties or whatever, I'm sorry to tell you, it's funny jokes, but you are wrong. Reddit moderation does matter. Reddit moderators have control over millions of impressions per day, and nobody seems to notice or care. Let's just talk about LSF. Think of all the streamer careers that have been created because of LSF. Think about the even larger number of streamer careers that have been destroyed because of LSF because some clip went viral about like something bad that they did. I have had major live streamers who are effectively celebrities come to me and beg to kind of remove, negative posts about them. An even crazier story is
This is not. That's not a flex, dude. That's just. That's sad.
a time when some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch, partially because at the time,
I hate to tell you this. Your little shitty subreddit does not exist without Twitch. I don't like I don't think you quite understand what's going on here. You don't exist without live streaming. You cannot tell me that like okay, I believe that some mods or like some Twitch staff probably came up to you and said, "Hey, can you not do this?" Begging though, no. No, I don't believe that at all.
LSF was indeed being used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch. Deservedly so, by the way. Or even just take this literal circumstance. Imagine the whole kind of operation was legit. Well, guess what? One single post on LSF caused all of the streamers to drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity.
And that's why you were fired. Congratulations. We finally arrived at the main event. We have arrived. You destroyed a $20 million event in some way. That is crazy. We've arrived. We've come full circle.
Sorry, Mythic. My bad. Or imagine it was, I guess, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to expose it and destroy it before it had the chance to cause any real harm. I mean, everybody got refunded after all. Guess things ended up okay. Right or wrong, you can think I'm a good moderator or a bad moderator. You can think that LSF helps streamers or is the bane of their existence in the entire industry. But please don't for a single second pretend like it doesn't matter. And that's just one subreddit. Now back to me. I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start. I took advantage of every opportunity that I could. I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community managers. I begged them for help and kind of partnership opportunities at every chance that I could. And I was blown off every single time. I got nothing out of it. The community managers never helped me. As you know,
Yeah, but you're a moderator. Like, I want you to understand, you sit at home and you look at a post. Oh, I don't like that. What do you mean? Like,
Nice as the guy was, I think he had basically no power to help me. I was one of the only moderators out there who tried to grow my community, who had any ambition, who tried to work with the company or help others.
Also, can I just say how ironic it is, right? You're saying mods have so much power. I'm going to be honest, mate. If a if a subreddit really had that much power, um, these people would not be able to fire you. It's really that simple. If you're that integral to the system that Reddit has built, then you would still be working there. On top of that, I think that if a scam did go through the largest subreddit, in order to save their own asses, Reddit staff would actually just, like, delete it. Pretty simple.
Subreddits or help the kind of the company that hell, and it didn't matter. I failed, and it failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit, the company, gives to moderators. So let's circle back. Let's go back to the moderation situation. This is a very key important point, so please pay attention. None of this would have happened if I had gotten support from Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy like going out, like messaging random people in Discords and LinkedIn's and trying to figure out kind of these partnerships? I don't. This is not my job.
Okay.
I am not qualified to do any of this.
And this is my point, okay? I think, and I was going to say this, but I wasn't quite sure, not yet, but now I am. You as a mod have overstepped your boundaries, like, tenfold, bro. Like, this is the equivalent of some guy who's handing the surgeon his tools, saying, okay, I'm just gonna open up this eye and do a cataract surgery on it, just while you're doing the hard thing so we can speed up this process. Like, fuck no, bro. What? Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't... Like, this guy has way overstepped his boundary. Way overstepped. This is what should have happened. He should have gotten this message, contacted his Reddit, like, Reddit, I guess, staff, or, like, Reddit operator that he would probably report to for certain things, and they would then pass it on to higher management, who would then take it from there, give him the green, the green thumbs up, off you go, and then things would get sorted between, because yes, as you say, this is not your cup of tea. Like, this has nothing to do with you. You should not have anything at all to do with this. At all.
I am not a lawyer. I do not, like, I cannot read contracts to know what I should do or I should not do. I just want to, like...
So don't fucking do it. Look, here's one thing I can respect about this guy, because he's clearly passionate about the thing that he's doing, but this is not it, like, at all. This is not it. You cannot overstep your boundaries like this. Like, you constantly talking about power and your capacity for lack of support, while having to essentially address the CEO for not giving you enough support. Very clearly, you want to overstep boundaries that you just can't. You're not allowed to do that.
Grow my subreddit, have a big vision, and I don't want to deal with this. At the end of the day, I'm a random nobody who got lucky. I took over one of your largest gaming subreddits on the platform because I won a stupid game of like Reddit mod politics. But apparently, I'm the only person out there who understands the potential that Reddit has. If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect with kind of major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me, like reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements, none of these very real mistakes that I made would have happened. And before you say it, I'm sure there's some employee at Reddit, the company, that says like, oh yeah, we do that. That's my job. It's over here. Well, clearly you're not even doing 1% of what you should be doing, because nobody uses these resources. Nobody cares. You are not doing enough. Multiply it by 100 and then let's talk. Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts...
No. I'm gonna be honest, mate. I think as soon as Reddit starts getting professional, you're going to see a whole load of problems. Reddit is designed for degenerates and people who just want to have a yarn about video games. That is what the platform was designed for. That is what the platform does to its utmost degree the best. There are different Reddits for a whole load of different things, and it's where a whole load of people who are socially who are just socially inadequate, who can't speak to to polite society in the right way most people would, can come together and just talk like a bunch of degenerates, because that's really what everyone is on that site. I'm sorry, but that's just true. And it works. That's the reason why the community's so strong. You wanting to make it professionalized and to give everyone a layer of authority, like, mods are the authority, okay? But mods are not the authority. The authority is staff. If staff sees you fucking around, you're going to find out. It's very simple.
With the mods. This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't mean it's my fault or their fault.
I want you to realize that this is the reason why this website has worked. You have unqualified idiots running your website, sure. Then that turns it into a great big fucking crashing, burning dumpster fire. But that dumpster fire is entertaining and it brings in revenue. That's the thing. Yeah.
It's your fault, Spez. Here's why. The controversial solution is just get rid of the bad mods with better mods or paid mods or do takeovers or more rules or something like that. But there are better solutions. You can train them. You can give mods infrastructure or pipelines or resources or real.
Okay. So what's the turnover rate at Reddit for mods? What's your turnover rate? How many mods are we training? How many trainers are we going to have to get in order to train them? How do we know that our mods are actually getting trained and aren't playing Pokemon Go while looking at their laptop? How do we know these mods are being taken seriously? How do we know that these mods are taking it seriously? This is what I mean. Reddit is in a very unique place where it is a controlled chaos. Its chaos is controlled solely by the fact that it is controlled by its own chaos, or like chaotic, like, individuals, if you will. I don't think you can professionalize Reddit. I don't. And on top of that, in order to remain consensus, uh, consensus professional, you would have to have meetings constantly as a mod for every subreddit that exists, every major subreddit that exists, for mods that would be getting paid or getting some sort of monetary gain. That is not ideal for the company at all. Do you understand how many resources would have to be pulled into to do something like that? And you can't. You would have to force a contract on these mods that probably say, "Hey, we need you in this position for this amount of time, as we're chucking this amount of resources at you. And if you want to leave, you have to pay us back the equivalent in those resources." Well, yeah, because it's like there's no other way to do that. And I tell you what, that could be a very predatory contract on behalf of Reddit. Incredibly.
Kind of material support and treat them as if they have the actual power and influence that they actually have, and so communities can rise to the heights they truly could. And the Reddit Moderator Partner Program is not it. Reddit moderators do not need one call with like one guy a month, as nice as he is, love you, Pablo, who has no power and no ability to affect anything. Reddit moderators don't need Christmas celebrations or special badges or community or events or team building exercises. No, even I don't know, the Reddit event budget is barely useful. No, they need real material support. That means access to anything that like a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So, and access to a
You guys are not anywhere near on that level of like okay. You are not anywhere close to that level of no. No. Hold up. Like, I hate doing this, but I'm going to do it. You have gotten 19,000 views. The minimum requirement, I think, for someone to join Mythic Talent is, like, a enormous amount more than that. It is like... I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in chat here? But what do you guys think in the comments? I actually, like, don't get me wrong, but chat, you guys all agree with each other because you guys watch me, right? Like, so you guys have similar mindsets to me. We all kind of agree with each other. I like YouTube comments because they have a bit more variety. Not saying you guys don't. You sometimes do, but quite often, a lot of the time, you agree with me. YouTube, what do you guys think about this? Because, like, honestly, I agree with some of these comments. Hold up, can you guys... He's bald, he's seething, he thinks he's a celebrity. Look, I think his intentions are interesting, to say the least. I don't think they're incorrect intentions, but I think he is overstepping his boundaries. He's overinflating just how important he actually is. He probably thinks of himself as, you know, as that guy said, damn near a celebrity. I hope he doesn't, by the way, because, brother, you are not. You are on the same level as me. We're nobodies in this world. You might have had a moderator slot, but you know, that doesn't really mean shit. I don't know. I think it's really, yeah. And like, here's the thing. I'm not against Reddit mods getting support like what he says, but the problem is for Reddit that, as I said, is a chaos that is controlled by its own burning flame. The way Reddit controls itself, imagine this. Reddit is kind of like the sun, okay? It is red hot, and it constantly wants to expand outwards and explode, but it can't due to the amount of gravity it has. And that's what keeps it under control. You put professionalism into this, that sun is either turning into a black hole or is turning into a fucking supernova. Yeah. I just don't... I don't see a way where you could do the whole Reddit support thing. I just don't. It's too it's Reddit thrives in the chaos that it makes. Is the problem. No. Okay, so you see, this is the difference here. 4chan was way too chaotic. It was so chaotic that its flame burnt out itself. Like it just it essentially killed itself. It was way too chaotic, and essentially killed itself. Don't get me wrong, there's some people who still exist on it, but it's way less than what it used to be. Like, 4chan killed itself. Reddit survives by sheer fact that it doesn't let itself get to that point. Right, well, let's finish this out. Let's see what he has to say.
Bounty board, or ad deals, or lawyers, or event organizers, or professionals, or anything that actually matters. To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers, not
Ay, 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 bro. No. You were on such a good run. Like, I was borderline, like, on your side. Now that's just... Man.
because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence. I mean, if not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets. So why haven't you solved this problem already, Spez? Is it because you're out of touch and you aren't aware of the problem? Is it because Reddit is a bloated mess and they can't ship products? No, I think the real issue is that Reddit is held hostage by the negativity and toxicity of its user base, and it's
That is exactly what makes Reddit Reddit. I'm sorry. Like, it did, like, not all Reddits are negative and toxic, but I'm sorry, that is what makes Reddit money. People come in to be, like, to read the toxic shit and have comments. Like, Reddit is the definition of bad publicity is still good publicity. Fucking actual tongue twister. It is that sentence incarnate. It really is.
doesn't really have the freedom to make bold and important and transformative decisions that could save the company. If you agree with anything that I said, Spez, well, you're in luck. I live in San Francisco, and I would be happy to talk to you in person or any Reddit product manager or employee at all, or on a call or something. That's my pitch to you, Spez. The rest is to the community. To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve. For anyone who this
Nobody, like, brother, no one thinks you're a community, like, fucking... It's just sad, bro. Like, brother needs to get offline and like, legitimately touch some grass. Go mow the lawns. Unironically. Like, and I'm not even saying that to be mean, brother. If you somehow manage to find this video, which, I mean, considering how many other people are going to watch this, I highly doubt you will. But you need to just experience life outside of the room of your computer. Yeah? Pick up a hobby somewhere. Like, I mean, for me, that was blacksmithing. Pick up a hobby, maybe make some money out of it. Jewelry's fun. Jewelry is, yeah, jewelry making is very fun, I will admit. You make rings. Yeah, but just do something, make a knife, make something that you yourself would like. I mean, what are software engineers like? You can make actually, I don't know what. You can make yourself a screwdriver for your I don't know, your hardware, software, I don't know. Make a video game. I don't know, but just do something that isn't online is really what it comes down to. You got, like, look, when you're seeking to get into a career of being in the online world, You need a balance of online and offline stuff. For me, that involves doing the most caveman-esque shit imaginable. I take a hammer, I step outside, and I whack a hot piece of iron. That is about as close to basic as you can fucking get. Right? That is as close as you can get. And that's what keeps me grounded, you know. If things aren't going well online, or if things aren't going well in real life, my best option is not to go online and talk about it. It is literally to walk into my garage, heat a metal piece of metal up to 1,000 degrees, and turn it into something different. That is my grounding. That is what I do. This guy doing this is not it. This is not it.
Message has resonated with and wants to solve this problem, well, I have created a subreddit called r/suballiance. Suballiance will be a nonprofit, volunteer, community-based initiative to solve all of the problems that I have laid out. We will create tools and resources so good, so useful, that everybody will have to work with us. Think talent agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision, you have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections to major companies, partnerships.
So, just so I understand, you are making a non-profit Reddit with no funding to connect with talent agencies and everything else, though you yourself do not know how to do this. So you went and made a Reddit about how the logistics here are damn near worse than Russia's war against fucking Ukraine. Like, these are terrible logistics.
Doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross collaboration with other relevant subreddits, that kind of stuff. Go to r/suballiance and we will make it happen. The link will be in the description.
Unironically, the outrage from this video might actually... You see the links in the description? Link is not in the description. Oh, wait, no, is this it? Okay, let's click on it. I've been hacked. GG. Ah! Oh.